Humans answer to distress call sent after the sender had already died. That is impossible. Signals obey time. Death obeys certainty. Nothing arrives after its source has vanished. Those are the first laws every hatchling of my species learned. Humans ignored all three. I am Observer Tarek of the Kale Collective. I record facts. I remove emotion. I classify miracles as errors until proven otherwise. That method had never failed me. Then humanity appeared. It began with a broken beacon. Our science vessel drifted through the silent reach, a region where stars died without warning and gravity folded into impossible shapes. Nothing survived there, not even machines. Our engines failed. Our communications collapsed. Life support counted down with cold precision. Commander Vesh activated the emergency beacon anyway. It cannot escape this region, he said. He was correct. The signal died less than 1,000 kilometers away. Our instruments confirmed it. No transmission, no echo, no hope. I calmly prepared the final record of our extinction. Then every display on the bridge turned blue. One message appeared. Help request received. ET 19 minutes. Asterisk asterisk. No sender. No origin. No explanation. The crew celebrated. I did not. Machines sometimes produced comforting lies before total failure. I assumed this was one of them. 19 minutes later, space cracked. Not exploded. Not warped. Cracked. As though invisible glass surrounded reality itself. Something enormous forced its way through. It was not one ship. It was hundreds. Dark holes emerged one after another without formation, without elegance, without logic. Every vessel looked different. Different weapons, different engines, different designs. No civilization would tolerate such disorder. Commander Vesh whispered one word. Pirates. I agreed. Only scavengers would assemble fleets with no symmetry. Then every ship transmitted the same identification. Earth Response Fleet. Response? Response to what? Our beacon had never escaped. Physics itself confirmed that. The human fleet ignored physics. Again, one vessel accelerated toward us. Far too fast. Its engines burned bright enough to blind our sensors. No safety limits. No heat regulation. No concern for structural failure. Their ship should have torn itself apart. Instead, it slowed beside us with perfect control. A face appeared on the communication screen. Pink skin. Two forward-facing eyes. Tiny teeth exposed in what I believed was an aggression display. The human spoke. Looks like you folks picked a rough neighborhood. His voice remained calm, almost cheerful. I marked him as mentally unstable. No predator smiled near death. Commander Vesh asked the obvious question. How did you receive our signal? The human scratched his head. No idea. He laughed. Actually laughed. We just did. That answer satisfied every human aboard his bridge. No one questioned it. No one demanded evidence. I concluded human civilization functioned through ritual instead of logic. Then the stars disappeared. Not because of darkness. Because something larger blocked them. My blood froze. The Devourer had arrived. Every species feared the Devourer. No one understood it. No one survived it. It consumed fleets, planets, entire systems. It left nothing. Its body stretched across space like living night. Thousands of glowing eyes opened along its surface. Every eye watched us. Every eye smiled. No biological structure should smile. The human captain stared at it for several seconds. Then he sighed. Oh, that single sound confused me more than the monster. Oh, that was his response. The largest predator in recorded history floated before us. The human pressed one button. His fleet scattered. Not away. Toward it. Directly toward extinction. Panic consumed my crew. They're sacrificing themselves. They've gone insane. They don't understand what that thing is. I remained calm. Humans clearly possessed primitive threat recognition. That explained their chaotic technology. Evolution had failed them. The first human cruiser fired. No visible weapon. No energy beam. No missile. The Devourer suddenly recoiled. A wound opened across its impossible body. Impossible. Nothing had ever damaged it. The monster screamed. Not through sound. Through gravity. Our bones vibrated. Several crew members collapsed unconscious. The humans accelerated even faster, straight into the scream. Why? No species charged a wounded apex predator. Predators became most dangerous after injury. Every survival model predicted total human annihilation. I logged their extinction in advance. The second cruiser exploded. Not destroyed. Exploded intentionally. Its reactor detonated against the Devourer's skin. The blast illuminated half the system. The human fleet never slowed. More ships followed. Another explosion. Then another. Then another. I stared in horror. Their commanders were destroying their own vessels. One after another. Without hesitation. Without retreat. Without reason. Commander Vesh whispered, "They're buying time." Time? For what? Every human ship was dying. No reinforcements existed. No escape route remained. The Devourer still advanced. Victory was mathematically impossible. Yet the humans continued. Always forward. Never backward. I believed I understood them. Humans were irrational. They valued dramatic deaths above efficient survival. Primitive. Emotional. Predictable. Then my conclusion shattered. The destroyed ships were empty. Our scanners finally penetrated the debris. No bodies. No life signs. Only remote systems. Decoys. Every sacrificed cruiser had been unmanned. The real human crews remained elsewhere. Hidden. I felt genuine embarrassment. Once again, I had misunderstood them. Humans did not throw away lives. They threw away equipment without hesitation. An enormous difference. The Devourer realized the deception too late. Thousands of hidden signatures suddenly appeared around it. Stealth vessels. Hundreds of them. Where had they been? How had they hidden from every sensor? The human captain smiled again. This time I recognized it. It was not madness. It was anticipation. Phase 2, he said quietly. The void itself answered. And for the first time in my existence, I wondered if the thing hunting the galaxy had just become the prey. The Devourer screamed before the attack even began. I believed it was predicting victory. I was wrong. Everything I believed about humans had already failed twice. I still refused to learn. The hidden fleet emerged without light, without sound, without warning. Space simply accepted that hundreds of human warships had always been there. My sensors insisted they had not existed one heartbeat earlier. Human technology did not break our laws. It ignored the idea that laws deserved respect. The Devourer turned. Millions of black tendrils unfolded across the stars, each one longer than planets, each one capable of crushing entire fleets. Every known civilization would have retreated. The humans accelerated. Again, always forward. I searched for the command ship. There had to be one. Every military required hierarchy. Every species obeyed central authority. I found nothing. Every vessel issued commands. Every captain changed the battle. Every pilot made impossible decisions. Chaos. Absolute chaos. It should have destroyed them. Instead, it made them impossible to predict. Even the Devourer hesitated. The first wave vanished. Not destroyed. Gone. My crew gasped. They're dead. No debris. No signals. Nothing. Then, one of the vanished ships appeared behind the monster. Another appeared beneath it. 3 more emerged inside the expanding shadow. They were folding through damaged space. Not jumping. Not warping. Using the wounds reality already carried. No sane scientist would attempt such navigation. Humans had built an entire doctrine around it. The Devourer struck. 3 cruisers disappeared. A carrier split into burning fragments. A destroyer folded in half. Human losses mounted. Yet something felt wrong. No escape pods. No panic. No distress calls. Only calm reports. Vector clear. Opening lane. Package delivered. Moving. Nobody asked permission. Nobody demanded rescue. They simply adapted. The human captain finally looked toward us. "We'll need your engines." Commander Vesh blinked. "Our engines are dead." "Good." The human nodded. "Keep them dead." Silence filled our bridge. I calculated every possibility. None produced sense. Keeping dead engines offline could not improve survival. I concluded humans suffered collective neural instability. Again, Then our engineer shouted. Gravity surge. The Devourer searched for energy. Living engines. Power sources. Anything active. Our powerless ship became invisible. The humans had known. They understood the Predator better than every galactic archive combined. Not because they possessed superior science. Because they had survived it before. Fear entered me for the first time. How many times? How many battles? How many worlds? How many humans had died learning these lessons? The answer arrived by accident. One damaged human frigate drifted close enough for open transmission. Its hull carried hundreds of painted symbols. Small marks. Simple lines. I enlarged the image. Each mark was a name. Each name belonged to a lost colony. Each colony had one word beneath it. Remembered. Not avenged. Not reclaimed. Remembered. Humans carried their dead into every battle. Not physically. Emotionally. That made no tactical sense. Yet none of them forgot. The Devourer opened its mouth. If such a thing could be called a mouth. Darkness spilled outward. Stars vanished inside it. Light bent away. Entire pieces of reality disappeared. One carrier was caught. Its shields failed instantly. Its hull began collapsing. Thousands aboard. No escape. I watched the captain. He never ordered retreat. He spoke one sentence. Hold the line. The carrier obeyed. Instead of fleeing, it increased power. Straight toward the darkness. No. Commander Vesh shouted. They'll die. The human captain remained silent. The carrier entered the Devourer's mouth. Gone. Consumed. My heart slowed. Such sacrifice was beyond reason. Then every human ship changed direction. Not toward the Devourer. Away. Running. Finally. At last. Their courage had broken. I almost felt relieved. The monster laughed. Gravity shook the system. It believed it had won. So did I. Exactly 12 seconds later, the carrier exploded. Inside it. Not like a reactor. Like a newborn star. The Devourer's body swelled. Cracked. Split. For the first time in recorded history. The immortal Predator bled. Not blood. Light. Blinding white rivers poured through its wounds. The hidden fleet returned instantly. Every weapon fired together. Not randomly. Not emotionally. Perfectly. Every shot struck the glowing fractures. The Devourer screamed. This time, it sounded afraid. The impossible beast began retreating. Retreating. The word barely existed in connection with its name. Yet it fled. Human ships pursued. Not recklessly. Patiently. Like hunters following wounded prey. Commander Vesh whispered. They're chasing it. I finished his sentence. Because they know it can die. The human captain answered quietly. We learned that the hard way. My translator detected grief beneath the words. Not pride. Grief. The Devourer reached the edge of the system. Reality twisted around it. It tried escaping. The humans had expected that too. The decoy ships. The empty cruisers. The carrier. None had been the real trap. A ring of silent objects activated around the system. Thousands of them. Invisible until now. The emergency beacon. Our beacon. I finally understood. The humans had never answered our distress signal. They had answered the Devourers. Our failed transmission had collided with ancient human detection satellites hidden throughout unexplored space. The beacon had marked not us, but the monster following us. We had never called for rescue. We had accidentally triggered a standing human ambush. The satellites awakened. The ring closed. Space itself locked. The Devourer slammed into invisible walls. Its escape vanished. The human captain spoke one final order. Finish it. Every surviving ship fired. The light erased my vision. Well, I could finally see again. The stars had returned. The Devourer was gone. Nothing remained. Not dust. Not fragments. Only silence. Across every frequency, human crews began cheering, laughing, congratulating one another, as though they had merely completed another difficult task. Our bridge remained speechless. Commander Vesh finally asked the question none of us dared speak. How long have humans been fighting that thing? The human captain looked away before answering. A long time. How many wars? He smiled sadly. Just one. I later searched every galactic archive. No records existed. No warnings. No victories. Nothing. Humanity had never asked the galaxy to help. They never demanded tribute. Never requested allies. They simply watched the darkness alone. Waiting. Building fleets no one knew existed. Planting silent traps across forgotten stars. Not to conquer the galaxy. To make sure the nightmare never reached anyone else. I once believed humans rushed toward danger because they did not understand fear. Now I know the truth. They understand fear better than any species alive. They simply refuse to let someone else face it alone. And ever since that day, whenever an impossible distress call echoes through dead space, every civilization prays that humanity answers before the darkness does. Because humans still perform the impossible. They arrive long after hope has died. Humans still perform the impossible. They arrive long after hope has died. And somewhere in the silent darkness between the stars, every forgotten distress signal carries the same impossible hope that humanity is listening. If you enjoyed this HFY sci-fi story, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another epic HFY adventure. Tell us in the comments, would you trust humanity to answer your distress call? Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next HFY story.